What's up, guys and gals, Star Wars fans? Here we go with a review of the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Sandtrooper, as seen in Episode 4, A New Hope. Alright, here's a look at the whole front of the package right here. As you can see, it's got the vintage 1970s and 1980s style design on here. I love how they included artwork of Luke and Leia there from the vintage art of A New Hope. Always one of my favorite pieces. It does have a sticker for the Mail Away Boba Fett. And I love how they also included the old Kenner logo right there. Here's a Sandtrooper in his plastic bubbled prison. And you can see the order form for Boba Fett right there. Onto the back, as you can see, the Sandtrooper is VC-14. And you got a picture of the original Sandtrooper here. They never released a Sandtrooper in the 1970s and 80s. Lines. The first one was in 1995. Then you got a little description for the vintage collection line, the other figures in the wave, and approved purchase. So you know you can collect 5 of these and get your free Boba Fett. Here's the redemption certificate for the exclusive rocket firing Boba Fett figure. Very cool. It's got the actual vintage styling. You just got to collect 5 of the UPC codes, and I believe it's like $6.99. Yeah, $6.99 for in the US for the shipping, and you're good. Alright, so here's the Sandtrooper and all the accessories that he comes with. I'm gonna set the camera down and give you guys a closer look. Here we've got the T-21 light repeating blaster rifle. Very cool. I like how it's got some paint apps on here, and this actually isn't just the molded color. It looks like it is painted in this gunmetal type color. This gun is actually based on a First World War era Lewis machine gun, which is I believe it's a British gun. Worth noting also is that this actually looks slightly different than the one that we see on screen, and the one that came with the older 1995 Sandtrooper is actually more accurate to what we see on screen in this one, but still is very cool, and it does have some great detail on it. Next up we have the RT-97C heavy blaster rifle. It's funny how this is actually smaller than the light repeating blaster rifle, but this one is the heavy blaster rifle. This is also based on an old gun. This is based on a World War II MG15 German rifle. I love how it's got the drum magazines right there. Very cool. It's kind of the flimsy plastic, but you know, I mean, it's not gonna break, but it's also not gonna give me trouble. It's not gonna be all limping or anything. It's fine. Very cool. Funny how the scope is so far forward though, and there is no stock on this gun. So I guess you're gonna hold it kind of like 80s style, fire from the hip. You're not gonna shoulder it. Anyway, and finally we've got the survival backpack. I don't know what all these, what all the stuff on this backpack is for. Interesting mix of stuff on this backpack, but it is titled as the survival backpack. So there you have it. All right, on to the figure. As this is, if you're familiar with these, you know, the vintage collection stuff, they do have great articulation. It's got all the basic stuff and then some. Great articulation on these. And this particular Sandtrooper sculpt right here, this is a repack of the one we got in 2009 with the dewback. So if you're not familiar with those, it doesn't have the old just straight forward and back hip swivel. This thing has advanced articulation. You move them outward. You put them in a proper seated position, which is really cool. Swivel that upward like so. Which is great because you know you can really get a great range of poses out of these. You know, so that is a plus. Other than that, you know, it's got all the standard, you know, super articulation and stuff like that. So now I'm not sure. One thing I noticed on this, oh, and it's got the pauldron right here, Sergeant Pauldron. One thing I noticed, you know, I'm not, you know, the biggest expert, but usually the stormtroopers would have a, what is that, the little thermal detonator back there. This one, so I don't know if the Sandtroopers didn't carry those. But this, you know, I noticed that this doesn't have it. Although there's some excellent detail. I don't know if you could see that. The molded or the sculpted detail. It looks like, you know, like the buttons back there where the, you know, this belt would button up. So very cool. Great detail on this. Great sculpt. Look at the helmet sculpt right there. It's very cool. 360. One thing that's cool about this too. Pop the helmet off. Pull the pauldron off, and bam, you got yourself a regular stormtrooper. Although he doesn't come with the standard blaster rifle. You'd have to take that from one of your other figures or something, but you can turn these into regular stormtroopers if you wanted to. Although I'm sure they're going to be releasing one. You know, I'm not up to date. Maybe there's one coming out already. So here's a Sandtrooper with the heavy blaster rifle. As you can see, can hold it very well. Very cool. You can get them into an action pose, kinda, you know. You couldn't get it to really hold it properly much higher than that, but you know, that's okay. And then also with the light repeating blaster rifle. Very cool. Looks really good. All in all, this is a great figure. Definitely worth picking up. You know, you do want to add this to your collection. Love the articulation. The sculpt is excellent. The accessories are perfect for the Sandtrooper. Would have been cool if you got a pair of the binoculars. The only issue I have with it is that the white is the Sergeant pauldron. I wish they would have gave it either a black one, or even the orange ones, which were squad leaders. But you know, ideally you'd want the all black, which is just a regular enlisted Sandtrooper, you know, because that's what you'd want to army build. I mean, you know, if you don't really, if you're not big on that kind of stuff, then it's no big deal. I kind of am a stickler for minor details like that, so I would have preferred the all black pauldron, you know, just a regular Sandtrooper. That would have been perfect for army building, so this is kind of like a standalone thing. And that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. May the force be with you.